Hello, this video is a brief introduction to using the NIST Webbook to get data for calculations. So when you're looking up data, often, the Red Data Book is the first place to start, but often you're after more specialized data, especially in applications to do with spectroscopy. So one of the sensible places to get data from is the NIST Webbook. So it's run by the National Institute for Standards and Technology, and it's based in the US, and it's a proper research resource for data. Okay, so I'm going to be able to expect you to be able to use it to get data for calculations, for tutorials, and so on. So to find it, we'll go to Google. We'll just tap NIST Webbook. Then hopefully it's the first one. Yep, so here we have it, the chemistry webbook. So let's go to there. And now we need to navigate to various bits of data. Say, for example, we're after the bond length of, I don't know, the HCl molecule, just as an example. So we need to do a search, and the search, we're going to do it by formula. That's the easiest. So let's go for formula, and now we can just type the formula into the box. So HCl. We'll just leave the rest as it is and type search. Okay, so now it's given us a choice between HCl, DCl, and even TCl. So let's just look for HCl to start with. So let's go there. Now we've got all sorts of data about HCl. It's a case of finding the data we actually want. So we're after the bond length of HCl. So let's scroll down a little bit. And when you get down to this section on other data available, if you look down the list, we eventually get to constants of diatomic molecules. And since my spectroscopy course is mainly about diatomics, this is the section you need to go to. So let's click on constants of diatomic molecules. And here we are. Now, this is going to be, you can see here we've got a huge big table. So the next challenge is working out which number we actually want from this table. Let's have a look at the captions across the top first. So we've got the state, the electronic state of the molecules, so you're going to need to know which state you're looking for. Then we have things like omega E, so this is the harmonic frequency of vibrations. This is to do with the anharmonicity of vibrations. This here is the rotational B constant. Then we've got other properties across here as well. So this thing here, RE, is the equilibrium bond length. So this is the column which we're going to be looking in for this specific example. Now, assuming we're just looking for the ground state of HCl, we need to look for a state which in spectroscopy is typically labelled X, so the capital X. So if you scroll down the table, the ground state is normally the last one in the table. So here we have the ground state X of HCl is a singlet sigma plus electronic state. Now you'll come across electronic states at later points in the course. I don't want to dwell on this now. What we need to do now is just look under the equilibrium bond length, and we can find that the equilibrium bond length is 1.27455 angstroms. So the units in this resource are typically angstroms for the bond lengths, centimeters to the -1 for rotational constants, and also centimeters to the -1 for vibrational constants here. So this is the vibrational frequency of HCl. The other states, we're not going to be interested in these electronic states, but at some point, perhaps in a future research career, you might be interested in them. But we're just interested in the ground electronic state. We also have here references. So reference 31 and 32 will actually send us to where the actual data, where this number actually came from. So if we just scroll down a bit, 31 and 32. So again, this points us down to a paper from 1972 by Bunker and a paper from 1973 by Watson. So that's what I wanted to show you, how to get various numbers out of the NIST Webbook.